Hello, hello, and hello. Good afternoon, everyone, and a good Thursday to you. In these weeks going by, God, they're going so by lately, it's getting unbelievable. Right, okay, we have got Holly on today. Well, I'm just waiting for her to come on. She's always late, what I mean. But I suppose ladies always you always got to wait for a lady. And oh, hang on a sec. Shh, don't say that. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Steve. I got my
Yes,
husband to set up my sound and everything today, so he's out of the bin.
now he's out of the bin. How are you? You all right?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm loving your stuff. What you're putting on Facebook. I've been looking at all your lives and everything. Sometimes
Oh,
I can get on there. Sometimes I can't because I'm doing different other things. But I'm loving what I'm seeing.
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's been really, really good. And but just leave the gym out at the moment, okay? So yes, you can have the gym. I'll be all right. Anyway, guys, so I asked Holly back on again because I always like having Holly on because at the end of the day, guys, she's a lady, and what do they do? They talk sense. So, and she knows more than me about these issues. So, Ollie, I want to carry on about MS,
Okay.
if that's possible. And
Sure.
I'll tell you why, is because we've been through your story, we've done what we can. I want to move on to, like the symptoms about it, um, how you've been feeling about it, how you've been feeling about you know, the coping measures and everything. So, introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are because people don't know who you are,
Um,
and we'll take it from there.
okay. I my name's Holly Haag. I am the third generation on my maternal side to be diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. I started this health journey back in 2020 when I was myself was diagnosed by two different neurologists with multiple sclerosis. And that is the disease of the myelin sheath breaking down. It is considered an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself, and there will be lesions on your brain and spine. It can affect your eyesight. It can affect your any part of your nervous system. So many of us wake up and there's something numb or we're paralyzed. That's many of our stories. I was fortunate. It was just my face and my head and my tongue that were affected. Many of the people that I've interviewed on my own podcast were woke up and couldn't feel the entire side of their body, so they couldn't walk anymore. And so that is many people's stories, and it's very um, it takes a lot of energy. So extreme fatigue. There's many symptoms. I mean, think of anything that can go wrong with the body. In MS, it, it can affect anything. So whether that's the functioning of your hand, your foot, your your head, your speech, your vision, like any part, your auditory, your ability to hear, because it attacks the nervous system. So there's many links, and that's what I'm doing now with my reels is going over those links. I did a blog on my website, thehealinghall.com, probably a year ago, putting PubMeds, which is our database for medical research. And so it shows all these links to lesions. And so when I navigated this, I looked outside the scope of MS. People focus on the B cells and the T cells, but really with any disease, that is the body's defense system. Those are going to be activated. So the B cells are your memory. The T cells are the army that goes in and tries to navigate and take care of anything that gets in your body that's not supposed to be there. So that is what I started doing. I started a Facebook page, Quick 5 Recall. I quickly got my health back. I watched my mother take a holistic approach because in the early 80s, that's all that was really available. And I saw her get better. So it was sort of a no-brainer that I would go down that road myself. I never took any of the disease-modifying drugs. I find them dangerous with really severe side effects. And within 3 weeks, my face woke up just by changing my diet, just diet alone.
So what would you say with people who suffered, because I've got several friends who's suffering with MS, what would you say to these, everyone who is suffering from MS day to day? Because, it doesn't get any easier, does it? It goes day by day, and, you can wake up one morning and something could be wrong and everything. And it's dealing with it. How did you deal with the pressures of kind of waking up one morning and thinking, oh, I can't do this, I've got difficulties?
So at that point, that is where my trauma, my past story of childhood trauma sort of kicked in, because I just felt so broken at that time. I had been struggling because the fatigue was so great. I was asking to be checked to see if I had MS, but nobody was really taking me serious. And then even when my face went numb, they're like, well, we can check you since this is a neurological issue, but we don't think it's MS. And it's very rare for there to be a family, like your mom has it, that you would then get it. And so nobody was listening to me for 20 years. Nobody listened to me and allowed me to get tested when I suspected that I had the same disease that my mother had. Just because of things that were going wrong with my body. And so I'm in holistic health. I'm in functional medicine. Sorry. And so I believe you can heal. That's not popular to say. I'm not allowed to say it, but I still say healing is possible, because I think if we take the individual, we then look at their genetics, their toxicity, like for me, all the links to MS, I pretty much have them all. So trying to figure out how my genetics played a role with then how my body was holding on to toxins. I had mold toxicity. I had heavy metals toxicity. I had been bit by a tick. I had Lyme with co-infections, 12 co-infections. And so trying to pinpoint what was happening, genetics, those HLA genes, those are heavily linked with multiple sclerosis and autoimmunity in general. And it's just an overactive over-response of the gene, of the defense mechanism. And so the one most commonly associated with autoimmunity is HLA DRB1, and then it's -015. There's a few different variants of that gene, but specifically 015. So do you have that genetic? I also have HLA DQ8, which is the overreactive celiac.
Wait, carry on.
And so that There's 2 genes right there. Then I have MTHFR. MTHFR is a methylation issue. So me eating any grains in the US, they're all fortified with folic acid that my body can't process. So it, which then leads to beriberi disease. That's why they started fortifying those grains, because people were getting beriberi disease and getting very ill and dying just from eating the grain that they had stripped from the nutrients, because the hull is what has the nutrients. So somebody with my genetics eating fortified grains, I'm still being depleted. So that's going to cause disease in my body. Then we have APOE4. So that's the Alzheimer's gene. That's the one greatly, you have, I think it's a 9 times the chance to get Alzheimer's with this genetic. And it means there's 4 alleles in the brain, and that we don't process saturated fat like everybody else does. So it tells a story. And then my family had probably, I'd say, after childbirth, definitely towards premenopause, had issues with weight. So why? So I had to take a look into that. And that greatly has to do with my genetics. It does have to do with the APOE4. It has to do with me keeping my saturated fats down, eating more lean proteins when I eat animal proteins, paying attention to my sugar intake, because that also affects your sugar metabolism. And so genetically, those are the links. Those are the links that created the disease. And there's a couple more, but specifically those are the highlighted ones that I pay attention to.
How about strict diets? Do you have to go on a strict diet?
Yes. So unfortunately, I've tested this on my own body. I've been my own test dummy. So I've been my own subject.
All right.
And that's how I've had to get better, right? And so a year is about a year, maybe a year and a half after I was diagnosed, all my lesions went away but 3. Right. So 3 of them, and those all shrunk. So those were going away. So if you tested my body today, do I have demyelination? Do I have a positive ANA? Do I have lesions? Could I be diagnosed today with multiple sclerosis? Who knows? Because I'm not going to go. I'm not. I don't buy into the medical system anymore. For 20 years I suffered with no answers, and I could have taken this path sooner. And so what I urge people to do is don't wait for a diagnosis. If you don't feel right, something's off. So it's an environmental. There's something in your environment that is causing the dysregulation, your diet. I deal mostly with autoimmunity. And yes, you cannot, there's no room. There is no room. You've lost flexibility. There's no room to go off of your diet when you have autoimmunity. You have to lower your inflammation. Now, to create disease again, it takes time, but I was able to increase my CRP number. I was able to inflame my body again, and a lot more rapidly than obviously happened before. So it's not something I recommend to mess around with. If your body got autoimmunity, it can get it again. But I do believe the body is made to heal when it's balanced. When you remove the things that are causing it to be sick, you put the right nutrition in. And yes, you have to be strict. But here's the thing. I would never want the foods that I used to eat more than my quality of health. my quality of life, my ability to go. I love outdoors. I love kayaking. I love running and jogging on my treadmill like I did yesterday with a 20-pound weighted vest. These are things I can do today that I was not able to do because, and when you have one autoimmune disease, note that you might have many and they're not going to look for them. So for me, celiac disease. Did they look for it? No. Did they test me at all? No. But I had it. Rheumatoid arthritis. I'd been diagnosed with arthritis in my right knee, but rheumatoid arthritis was actually linked in my genetics as well. And my great grandmother had it. My grandmother had it. And my knee was literally bending the wrong way. When I would go to walk, it was so painful. It was so painful. And finally, I tried to hide it, and my family would just joke how slow I was, and I would just laugh it off. But realistically, I was losing my ability to walk, and it was scary. It was scary. So when I was first diagnosed, I allowed myself to be upset for a week. I pitied myself. I was angry. Why me? Why, after all that I've been through in life already, why would I then have to face this? And it's funny when you ask that question in the moment, because you, of course, don't have the answers. But today, I understand. I understand why I had to go through all of this. And it made me a resilient person. It made me a person that is a huge advocate for true health and helping people that need to get their health back, because it is a lie that we can't. It's a lie that we have this death sentence. And know that the hospitals, the neurologists, all what they're providing you is palliative care. It is going to give you a Band-Aid until you die. That's it. They know that doesn't help. It just slows the progression, right? It's just managed care. So it's not delivered to us that way, which really makes me angry, at least in the US, and at least the doctors that I've seen and the people that I've interviewed, we're all told you're going to end up in a wheelchair. And I'm going to greatly argue against that, because my friend Tracy Hill, she runs multiple sclerosis, or Healing Multiple Sclerosis Naturally. I've been a guest speaker with her many times in the Symptom Free MS Summit. We've also done podcasts together. In fact, I think she's on my podcast and one of the people I interviewed. She was unable to, she lost her abilities to function. She got her life, she's out there on a trapeze, flying through the air now. She's a retired firefighter. She got her health back. I interviewed a marathon runner that was able to then run another marathon. I interviewed Matt Rowe that actually ran the MS, the Symptom Free MS Summit. He was Ironman. He got his health back. So he was actually having multiple mini strokes. So he was having I don't even know, I'm not going to put a number on it, but multiple a day. And he got his health back. So there's all of these individuals, Matt Embry, that has the documentary, The Living Proof, 31 years, and he runs marathons. So when you look at and you focus on, you get on some of those MS patients that are pages that are not natural pages, they will kick people like me off that say healing is possible, that say, hey, try an anti-inflammatory diet, right? They will kick us off. And right. Why would you do that? Why would you do that if your narrative is to help people with MS? Because we're lying. Yeah. We are. Matt's right. We are the living proof. We live every day to the fullest. I move my body every day. I am not physically disabled. So it angers me that there's these definitive 2 lines, and then you have to ask who's running those pages. Is it the medical side that wants you to buy in to the $100,000 a year in medication, because that's how much it costs? And I want everybody to know the scam here too. The MS Society, they're here for us, right? Well, the drug companies donate money to the MS Society. The MS Society sets up a fund to help pay for my copay for their medication. They get a write-off for paying the MS Society. Then that copay goes right back to them. They haven't lost any money. They've gained money and a write-off. It is a scam. And I don't know. I know that we can do it naturally. It just takes work, and it's a choice. So yes, if you have symptoms and your body is degrading and you are not going to do what I've done, then sure, go that path. Go that path, and maybe it will slow progression down. Maybe it won't. With my genetics, any of those medications would have made me worse, not better. They suppress your T cells, which are your fighter cells that go after viruses and bacteria. And then they also suppress your B cells, which is your memory and your antigen response. So it's making antibodies. So that is what they're suppressing with those medications. And I don't think people are fully aware of how that works or what it's doing to their body, because I know I wasn't told. And if you look at the fact sheet, if you actually read the little small print on the big fact sheet, you go to the drug company's website, you'll find the fact sheet there.
What do you think? What do you actually think about these drugs companies? Then, because I just believe it's all money, money, money. Now, is that the case?
Yes and no. Yes and no. So what's interesting about my story is that my husband, he is in the engineering department, and he has worked in biotech and pharmaceuticals my entire relationship with him. So I have an insight into those companies that other people don't.
Right.
And so the people that work there genuinely think they're working for the better good, right? It's the people that are higher up. Man, I wouldn't trust one of them. I wouldn't trust one of them with one hair on my body.
Saying about that. What we're going to do, we're going to go for a break, and be right back in 1 minute.
Are you a songwriter?
I am.
That was a good song. I really enjoyed your song that you shared with me, so thank you.
That's okay. I will send you some more over.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, this is just a video so they can. I'll show.
Oh, you know what? I will get my book out. Ooh.
Yeah, I've written about 10 songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I write poems.
Do you?
Yeah, I tried to make them into songs, but they're always a poem. Everybody, I try to, although I'm a horrible singer, but I I try to make them into songs, but they're more just poems.
Yeah, you can't hear this, can you? You can't hear this.
No, I cannot.
Yeah, okay. They just told about MS. Won't be long.
How's your weather?
Yeah, so it's been really hot here, Holly. Yeah, it's been really hot, but it's calmed down a little bit now. So I'm not getting too. I've got two fans here. I've got one fan in front of me, and I've got another one, and it's a cooler. It's been really hot.
Yeah, it's been warm here too. It was hotter than it normally is. I like the heat though.
I hate it. I hate it.
You don't like to be hot.
I said to my wife, what I'm gonna do when it rains, I'm gonna go out there, start naked, and dance around.
There you go. I would join you. Naked day.
Yeah. Come on over.
Yeah.
Come on over.
Naked garden.
Yeah. I got a picture around my garden, so I'm all right. Yeah. Right, okay, T6. Hello, yes, I hope you enjoyed that. That's just a snippet of what we're talking about today. But also, I had I did a recording yesterday with somebody who had MS and everything. And what happened was Ollie came out of it where um, she's got this lady, because they're over a certain amount of money and everything with the family, they've got to pay for their medication. And in the English money, they were saying it's around about £2,000 a month, which they haven't got. And the trouble is, what happens is they just tell them to take medication all the time. And they see them, they check them, they weigh people. This is what she was telling me, and that's it, you know. And I think, you know, the care with MS, sorry, I don't think it's enough. And that's my true red on that. I haven't got MS. Some of my friends have, and I've interviewed people in the past with MS, and but we need to do something. Ollie, welcome back. With the what in your country, because my country is different. In your country, what's it like? Because you have to pay for your medication?
So if you have insurance, yeah, your copay is probably going to be in the thousands, but what's actually being billed to insurance, it's about $8,000 total, anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 total that is being paid to these pharmaceutical companies per month for you to be on medication. And what's really criminal is I see, just because I'm part of so many MS pages, where they'll just cut off your insurance. The insurance will stop covering whatever you're taking. And so either like people are just left with nothing, or they have to try to find another medication that they can get on and that the insurance will cover. And so then they're responsible if they want to keep on that medication for that $8,000 to $10,000. And that's where the MS Society, they can come in and help with the copays, because the copay might be $2,000. So then they will come in that program that goes right back to the drug company will help pay for the copay. But it's a criminal. It's just criminal. And then if you do the history on some of these disease modifying drugs, like one Acravius, I think is what it's called, was if you look at the history of that one, right, it is linked to breast cancer. It used to be used for a different formulation of that was used for breast cancer. So they were giving breast cancer patients a drug that caused breast cancer.
Right.
And then they reformulated it and gave it to people with MS. And so, man, if that's what you're trusting, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
I trust functional medicine, the plant paradox. Lectins are heavily associated with a gut disruption. You can pressure cook them. The heat breaks them down. We used to soak our beans. So cruciferous, not cruciferous, but nightshade vegetables are going to have your highest lectin amounts. And so you just have to cook them or soak them. And so we have gotten so into processed foods and wanting things to be fast and rapid that we don't even know how to process our food anymore. We don't know how to cook our food anymore. And historically, that is how it was done. You soaked the beans before you cooked them. You rinsed them off. You then cook them. And so then a lot of these, and a lectin is the plant's protein structure, but it is very tacky and sticky and can disrupt the gut. And leaky gut or leaky gut is the what most people are familiar with, but it's small intestinal permeability of the small intestine. And so what's happening is the tight junction is opening up and allowing larger food particles to go through. That is what leaky gut is. And so when those larger food particles aren't broken down and they're getting through that tight junction, we are now forming antibodies to the food we're eating. So then when we eat those foods, the body then is trying to get rid of them, and it's causing histamine type symptoms. So it can cause a lot of the symptoms that somebody with autoimmunity or MS has. So I always recommend this diet to anybody that comes to me with autoimmune disease to begin with, till their inflammation lowers, and then just tell them to cook responsibly. If you're going to eat lectin containing foods, eat them responsibly. You know, you have a susceptibility to autoimmunity. So make sure you're breaking down these protein structures before you're eating them.
Right, okay. How about now? Let's go through some questions here. Someone, for a second, I'm just looking on my mobile. So if you're getting any strange noises coming through, it's my mobile. So, does MS, right, let's not go into that. Yeah, let's do that, yeah. Does MS affect your sex life?
So I'm very open about talking about sex. I think it needs to be it's a healthy part of life, right? And yes, it can. So I would say more before I was diagnosed in my 30s, I personally had sexual dysfunction. So your hormones greatly impact your sexual function, specifically your testosterone. So in men, if your testosterone is low, getting your testosterone up will pick up your sex drive. For me, DHEA can help with for both men and women.
What? Sorry.
DHEA. Let me.
Sorry,
I don't know.
Wanna...
I don't know what it when you break it down. Let me see.
Someone's just asking, that's all.
Yeah, we can. So let's see if we get the actual. Oh, no. Let's see if it. A man-made version of a hormone made in your adrenal glands, commonly used for hormone balance, age support, and low libido. So I hope that answers.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I'm not real good at saying some of the yeah, dehydro. Like I'm gonna butcher the name. I'm not gonna say it right.
Yeah, chop it in half. Well, see, the trouble is, my people will go, "What does that mean? What does that mean?" So I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. So it helps naturally balance your testosterone, and so men can take more, about 25 milligrams. You'll see in the stores that that's about typically what. And it'll be in the men's section because it's not made, like, I have not found one that's made specifically for women, but women should take much less. So 1 to 5 milligrams. If I were to take DHEA at 5 milligrams each day, I would be orgasming in the car. Like, no joking there. Like it because it's so intense in my body.
All right.
I'll be driving and I'll be like, what is going on? And it's just spontaneous orgasms. And I'm like, I can't do this. That's not what I'm looking for. So for women, if 5 is all you can find, try to cut it in half. They have those little pill cutters, or every other day. For me, I just use the 5 milligrams, but I might take 1 or 2 a week. So that way I'm not in this situation that I had found myself.
Yeah. Right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Just a pill. Just where's the chick? Diane. Diane says, can the pill have any influence on your sex drive when you got MS?
The DHEA or the pill, as far as like birth control?
Birth control.
I would steer clear of any. So, the 5th vital sign, there's a book called The 5th Vital Sign. I would check that out. It talks about the woman's cycle and the rhythm of the woman, and it greatly goes into detail about how damaging birth controls, any form of these chemical birth controls are, because they're castrating the women. That is what it's doing. And then they have the sugar pills for the week of your period. And so they have found that a woman has a scent, right? We smell the hormones of the man. And when your body thinks it's pregnant, it no longer does that. So we pick the wrong partner. So much like a dog sniffs a butt, right, to see if they're going to be friends. I mean, I'm not joking. I'm not. It's funny, but I'm not.
Can you imagine us humans doing that?
Go sniffing butts, yeah. But we're desensitizing ourselves with all these scent beads. I mean, it's not just the birth control. And then the birth control has a greater possibility of damaging your production of progesterone permanently, meaning your body will no longer make it on its own. So we are not informed when we're given birth control. I know I was not. I know my friends were not. That, hey, your progesterone could be damaged permanently. We're just told that this is a great, easy way, as long as you take it daily and don't skip a pill. This is a great way to prevent pregnancy. And it really is not, because I don't think women were fully informed on the detrimental effects it has on our hormones long term.
Right. Okay. So,
And I do not take it. And yes, I do believe that would affect MS in a bad way.
Right, I just about to ask you that about you come out with the answer. She always knows the answers. I think she can read my brain. Um, Lucy, Lucy, hi. Can you tell me about? Uh, no, let's leave that one. Thank you. Hi, really enjoying this. Thank you very much. Um, I have joined Ollie's page. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hang on a second. Sorry about this. Some of my followers and some of my listeners can be very rude sometimes.
Oh,
So,
it
so
is what it is. I'm used to that.
so I'm trying to sip them out. Right. Love the show. This is really good. Are there any more? Yes, I have sent you some stuff that I'll be doing in the next few weeks. And it's all on CrossRoads podcast page. I think the next one is Are We Willing to Change? I think. But anyway, so the trouble is, though, when you're going through MS like yourself, and you got your family around you, and and sometimes you might have your good days and your bad days, and you're out in the shopping and everything. Does how much does it affect you when you come home and your children are there, and your husband comes back to full house? Do you sometimes think, oh, blinking out, enough is enough? Because sometimes, is your house noisy?
Well, yeah, but I like it that way. And it was really hard when I had the active disease progression because I was exhausted. I was so tired.
Yeah.
I had gained so much weight. Again, I was 330 pounds, could not lose the weight. It was just a miserable existence. No matter how hard I tried or what I did, I just felt like I was failing at life and I didn't feel well. I was depressed.
Right.
There were, and then I'm supposed to be the mom and the
Yeah.
wife and I was still taking care of my mother at the time. And so I was all of these people for everybody else, and I was barely existing. But when I got my health back, I don't have hard days. I might be tired sometimes, just like anybody would, because I spent the whole day on the lake, and I did this and I did that. And I make all my own food, right? So that some nights we come home and it's like, well, let's just eat a salad because none of us want to make dinner. Okay, so it's a grab a piece of fruit and make a salad night.
Gosh.
But I have and I'm gonna do more. I think I am gonna do more. I haven't really touched my podcast for probably 3 years. After my mother passed away, I just sort of stopped doing it. But I have 2 seasons of people just like me, and so the people that are rude and that discredit people like us, you got to ask why. Why do we exist? There's thousands of us. It's not just even the 2 seasons of people. There are thousands of us
Yes.
that got better. There's thousands of us that are healthy, that function, that have energy, that don't have active disease. And so why aren't we studying people like that? Why aren't we asking why? Instead, we are criticizing us. We are putting us in the bin, saying we're crazy, we're irrelevant. How are we irrelevant? When you're trying to actually find a cure for something, why would I be irrelevant? Somebody that got better. Why would you be?
Yeah.
Why does that exist? Why wouldn't you? There's not one person knocking on my door trying to see what I did or how study my body or study Matt Embry's body. Who's there? Who's there looking at us saying, hey, he's running marathons. I'm in the gym every day working out for an hour. Like, who's studying us? Nobody. And would I want to be studied? You know, I'm not a subject, you know, like, but still, why does that not exist?
See, Ollie, the trouble is the stigma out there. There's a lot of stigma out there. You know, I make videos on it about all sorts of things. I've made songs up about it. And the trouble is stigma, especially in the UK at the moment, is big. And, you know, and the trouble is, you know, the world is in such a mess.
It is.
You know, and, you know, they need, you know, something needs to be done. And, but the trouble is, we just need to live our lives as we are doing at this moment in time, and just make sure, you know, we live it as full as we can, you know.
Yeah, well, and that's what I do. That's why every day I do reels, and I just live my life and share my life, so that way the people that want to get their health back can. And I'm religious, so I always go back to the Bible. The Bible tells you what to eat. It tells you what to do. It tells you to fast and pray. It tells you to eat the seeds of God, right? The seeds of the world. It tells you that he's the breath of life. And so if you're religious and then you're not following those things, and you wonder why your health is not where it should be, right? We are eating man-made junk. We are not eating what God gave for us to eat, which is whole foods.
Yeah.
And we've polluted our waters. Like, we could go deep into this, but it's what we as man has done, right? Like, we have corrupted the nutrition industry. And it's sad. It's just sad. And you won't know it. Here's the saddest part. You won't know it until you lose your health and you want it back. That is the only way you're going to actually know that, hey, I messed up. I should have listened to her. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to get to that point.
Well, I think you always got to listen to a woman, especially when you're married to them, because, you know,
That's right.
I always say yes now. I always say yes. And,
yes,
well, I don't say yes, ma'am. We don't do
I'm in the South, so it's yes, ma'am here.
yeah. No, I just say yes, you know, yes, babe, you know, I'll do it, or something like that. But my wife will tell you that I try not to do a lot or anything. That's the case, isn't it?
That, you know, my husband tried to not make me my egg yolks this morning, and he got it this morning. I'm like, no, you're not leaving until you had 45 minutes. You said you were gonna do it, so yeah.
So you were the trousers in your relationship then?
Oh, a little bit. Yeah, I think we all put them on for, you know, he'll put them on, I'll put them on.
What is trousers?
Yeah, I'll put it like, hey, you need to do this, and then he'll come back at me like, what are you doing? You're not doing that. So,
are you a
we go back and forth. No, not at all. Not at all. I very much like my girl clothes.
Yes, yeah. Okay, guys, what we got on here? Loved it. Glad you have fun. When do you break up? Well, we were going to break up. I was talking to Susan Lee the other day, and some of you probably heard of her. Very, very good. She does all magazines and everything. And I said to her, well, let's have a break until September. But some people keep on contacting me saying, you know, let's see some more podcasts and stuff like that. So whatever you want, people, you know, I will try to manage to do it. Okay, so what does Ollie do in his spare time? Is Ollie married? If not, send it my way. I live in where? I live in California. Lovely place. I'm sure she'll be happy here. Right? Yes. Okay. Bye bye, mate. Bye bye. Um, I, Steve. Do you like working with women on podcasts? Yes, I do. And I think they are more knowledgeable than I am, really, because they've got the story. I met Ollie when I was advertising. We didn't meet personally. We met on a Facebook chat thing while I was looking for guests. So, um, do you feel that your podcast has gone in the right direction? Definitely. Are you doing any more podcasts with Ollie? Well, we can only hope. I hope so. Um, could you make this on a weekly thing about different subjects that you two's been involved in once a week? I will speak to Ollie, but I can't. You know, Ollie's probably busy. She lives in United States, and in United States they got lots going on at the moment. They just had the World Cup there.
That's
Um,
right.
so she's kind of like cleaning up there, cleaning up the rubbish and everything from the World Cup, probably. So just have to wait. Um, is there any more guests on today? No, there's no more guests on today. This was the last one because I need a peaceful night and there's football tonight. Are you prepared to do any podcast when you are away on holiday? Yes, I am. I will be doing something, not with my brother again. No. I love the video with John, your brother. Did he actually go in the ambulance in the end? No, he did not. Um, would it be possible if you can carry on doing this series with Ollie? I will ask, okay? Um, do you think do you think women are more powerful than man? I didn't get what you were trying to say there, but Ollie, what Christine said, no, not Christine, Christine said, is women more powerful than man?
I think we both have our value, so I don't. And I think the man was built to be
The
physically
man of the
stronger.
house.
The
What the
man
man
of
of the
the
house?
house,
Yeah,
yeah. But
yeah.
I do
I told you.
think that women have their own place, right? Like
The man is in the house.
we should be respected. Our priorities should matter. And especially in the United States, both man and woman now have to work in order to provide for their families. So it has shifted the roles that used to be played. But women are the nurturer of the household, right? They're to take care of the child. They birth the child. And so I think in having the women in the working force, we have sort of pulled away
I
from
like the
that.
accent.
And then there's all the like in my instance, there's so much, the rate of being sexualized or attacked in that way has gone up dramatically. And so then women have to be more masculine to protect themselves. So I don't think the woman holds all the power. I think there needs to be a balance between both masculine and feminine energy. So,
Yeah.
and we both play our own role, and we make the mistake greatly that men are supposed to just be dominant and masculine, and that they're not supposed to
Yeah,
feel.
yeah, yeah.
And so that's a big topic.
It is, yeah. Steve, what do you think? Hang on, don't get me involved. I've got my wife here, and I've got
You're gonna be in the bin. They're gonna
I've got
throw
my
you in.
carrier, I've got my wife here, and no way, I am not saying nothing. Don't get me involved. No. No, don't. Oh God.
Yeah, you're safe. You're on base.
Yeah, I'm being quiet here.
Yeah.
I'm not getting involved, honestly. What else is it? Would it be possible if Shell can say hello? Hang on for a second.
Hello.
Right, did you hear that?
I heard it.
Yeah, she said hello, all right. Would it be possible if sometime you can carry on doing this series with Ollie? Um, we'll see, we'll see. I'd love to, but a mum, and when she's got children and things to get, and she's busy and everything, she does her own thing as well. We'll see what we can do. Okay. Um, what do you do in your spare time? Well, I've been through that. If you went out to a restaurant, what would be your favorite meal? Oh gosh, for me it would be spaghetti bolognese. What would it be for
I
you?
I like chicken parmesan, but I do not eat out in restaurants or fast food whatsoever. So I would be making it at my house.
There you go. She'll be making her food at her own house.
Yep.
Do, do you like barbecues? I'm not going to go there because I nearly burnt a caravan down once using the barbecue. Let's not go there. Yeah, I am accident prone. Honestly, I am.
That's a good time. That's a good time. There's stories that you
No,
have
my,
then.
my wife won't even let me near a washing machine or a cooker. Um, what's what's your favorite film? Oh gosh, I'm trying to end this. My favorite film. Oh, that. Do you remember the Empire State Building and they meet up there? I can't remember what it's called.
Oh,
They
Harry and
two.
Sally? Is that that? No.
No, no. It's when they met up the building. They fell in love and all that.
Oh yeah.
I'll make a note. Yeah. What's your favorite film?
Mine, gosh, I have a couple. So Dirty Dancing, Grease, and Diaries of a Mad Black Woman. those are my favorite.
I like the Red Shoe Diaries.
Oh, and I love the Phantom of the Opera.
All right.
Yeah, like I'm obsessed. Yeah.
Phantom of the Opera is the
With Gerald Butler, that one.
yeah.
That's the one.
I like Scooby Doo and the Greatest Showman. I love the Greatest Showman. Yes. Come on. We only got 2 minutes left. What kind of music are you into? Anything, anything. I like rock and roll. I love Elvis. My when I sing Elvis to my wife, especially the love songs, she tells me to shut up. But that's what she tells me. But then she just laughs and everything. What would you do if you got stuck on a island? Who would you take with you? Right, I would take television with me.
You would take me too, because I could then survive you. We could build shelter. We could eat off the land. Don't forget me.
All right, I'll sit you down. I'll put you in my suitcase.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah.
I sit you in the flat pack where they kind of iron it now and they flatten it down.
That's right.
Have you had any embarrassing moments? Right. Right. Ollie, you can go first because I'm not going first.
On which one?
Any embarrassing moments? That's what they're asking for.
Oh, I've got so many.
Just one will do.
One, okay. Let's see. Oh, so my daughter, when when she was little, we went to the bathroom and there's a long line at the store. And before we go in there, she's like, "Mom, do you have to poop?" So I had that, and then my other daughter I love mysteries, and so she she thought my period was murder blood. So she screamed out in the store, "Mom, murder blood." Like, I can't. Like, all the stories I have, there's so many. If you want to be humbled, come spend a day with my children. Or
Okay.
there's when I was heavier, I got a magazine from I think it was Torrid, which was for the heavier people. And my daughter looks at it and she goes, "Mom, you need to go to the fatter store." Yeah.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I all day I got.
Yeah, I know. I've got one. Yeah. Don't miss out, Steve. It's your turn. Oh, right. Okay. Um. I can tell you about the shorts. I would not. I went on a church outing once, and I wore nylon shorts, football shorts, which I didn't know they were see through. So
Yes.
I went into the water. I came out, and
Naked.
my my pastor came up to me and said, "Steve, stay there. Go back in. Go back in." And I could see through my shorts and everything, and that
Well,
was
just
it. Not
just
funny.
just recently I went to church and I had a skirt that I put higher and I didn't know the slip didn't go down, so there was
Yeah.
4.5 inches of lace and
Right.
you could see my butt crack at church. It was see-through.
Right. See
So
through.
it was see-through at church. At church. Four and a
Did
half
someone?
inches of
Did,
lace.
did,
Nobody told me until I got home, and my daughter's like, "Mom, I can see your butt." And I'm like, I went to Bible study and church, and nobody told me.
yeah. Yeah. It does. Yeah.
Amen
Yeah.
to that.
Amen to that. Have you ever been chased by a woman before? That's strange, is it? Question. Right. No, I have not been chased by a woman before, but I have been chased by some geese.
Oh, yes. Me
And
too.
yes, and I went up to the woman geese and I said, "Hello, how are you?" But I don't know. I think my mental health wasn't very good. And I just went up and talked to her. And then all of a sudden, Gandalf came around and they started chasing me around the caravan. And yes, and they tried to get into the caravan too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think he wasn't very happy because I was talking to his partner, wife, or whatever. But there you go. We got this geese. Hi, if you were somebody else, what were you? What person would you like to be? A fly on the wall, so I can listen to everybody's discussions and if anybody's talking about me. What would you be?
What would I be? My favorite animal is a monkey, so I just want to swing from the trees. That seems so fun to me. I don't know about the throwing poop and all the rest of the things they do, but um
I've got a
I,
surprise for you.
oh, you do.
Surprise, surprise! You'll be swinging from the trees.
I'm gonna be from a tree.
Send you to the zoo. Um. No, no, no. Okay. Yes, yes, I'm coming now. Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Ollie. That was really, really good time. And don't forget, guys, I am back tomorrow. No, am I back tomorrow? Ooh, yes, I am back tomorrow with two more guests. One in the morning, one in the evening. In the evening, it's going to be a really good one. We got a pop star who actually he was on the X Factor here in England, and he was kicked off the X Factor because he got caught taking drugs. So tomorrow, I'm going to be actually talking to him and asking him why did he do that, And you know what I'm like with drugs, guys. So don't believe in it unless they're medicated and they're given to you. So for that, that's going to be really good. I like having a go at people on here. And also on next Monday is a big one for me. Is where I'm going to have a special guest, and all the way from the United States. She's in filming at the moment of a new film, so that's going to be really good. She's a Christian, and I'm hoping to really, really have some time with her and talk about her faith and everything. Until then, from me and Ollie, I'd like to say thank you very much and good night.